Show starts in a minute. What's up, 28 baby in the house? What it do? Show starts in a few. Yeah. Y'all don't forget to hit that like button on the way in. You new to the channel, the subscribe button. What is this? The most unhinged wrestling podcast on YouTube. Yeah. Also got a lot of more content coming in. Just be aware about it. Hitting that notification button to be notified when I go live or when I drop any new content. With that being said, let's get ready to start the show. I be the main event. Welcome to the main event. This is the most unhinged wrestling podcast on YouTube. You can always click the link that pin in the top of the chat to join in on the conversation. Hit me on social media. Request to be a special guest. You can join me, just me and you right here in the main event. So, this is what we do, the wrestling talk conversation. You know, we have the wrestling conversations. We talk about what went on through the week. We can talk about the future. We may talk about the past a little bit. You know what I'm saying? If you have any questions, drop them in the comment. They will be answered at the end of the show. Now, hit y'all with the intro so we can dive right into it.
Welcome to
Dom, I think I know what you were trying to do. Welcome to the main event.
Welcome to the main event, people. Salute Wiley World in the building. He in the building. What to do? Appreciate you coming through. Yeah, man, been a long week, man. Your boy had to take a little week off. First thing off, had to take a week off. You know what I'm saying? Just chill a little bit. Get my head wrapped around a couple things. But we back with the weekly wrestling conversation. We at episode 23, people. We are moving up. Let's do it. So, like usual, I have 10 topics, and I elaborate on the topics. We just talk about it. You know what I'm saying? So, you have any questions, you know, you can always put them down in the chat, and your questions will be answered at the end of the show. So just stick around, ask a question, stick around. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But with the number one, it's the wide sits done with America Made and Western Next Move. And with that being said, I think the wide sits got one more match. Uncle Howdy has one more match with Chad Gable. He will have one more match with Chad Gable, Master Chad, you know what I'm saying, Coach Chad, or whoever y'all refer to Chad Gable by. You know what I'm saying? Shorty G. But yeah, man. I think Uncle Howdy has one more match, but what is the Y6 next move? They indicating signs of the Y6 symbols on SmackDown. And I'm thinking in my head is the Y6 going to SmackDown, but if they go to SmackDown, who will they be going after? That's the big question. But I leave y'all to think on that and let me know down in the comments who y'all think the Y6 will go after on SmackDown. And when you leave your comments down, we can talk about that in another episode. Oh, no further ado, man. I got to get my boy I got to get my boy a motherfucking entrance, man. Well, but my boy Wiley in the building.
What's going on, man?
Man, I got to get my boy Wiley. I got to get him a fucking entrance. What's up? What's up? What to do? Yes, sir. The first topic, man, like if the Y6 done with Chad and the American Made and
Oh, say again?
Or the white
Yeah, I don't know if it's your internet connection,
made.
but it's coming in and out.
Oh, I'm going in and out.
Yeah, because like one moment you're talking, and like one moment like
Shit.
you're silent.
God damn.
But if I
wonder
believe
what
you
that shit.
saying
I'm trying to fix that.
where do I think is the next move for the Wide Six or the Sick?
Yeah.
I think at this point they're done. I don't think so. They can really extend it that far to just keep going with the American made at this point. I mean, maybe there may be one more, but after this point, it's like you really can't stretch any more further.
Right.
Because it's like you're just beating a dead horse at that point, and it's not just consistent enough. It's like it just gets dull. I have seen some rumor predictions, like people are saying like, oh, Alexa Bliss is coming back, and when she does, she'll just be joining the White Six. But the problem I have with that is, so they're saying that what's her name was already there. I gotta look at
Nigga. It's on Nigga.
Yeah, I think her. See, so they're basically saying her character. Let me see what her character stands for. That's what they're saying. They're saying Nikki Cross character in the group is in the remnants of what's the remnants of Sister Abigail. If that's true, then that just don't make sense to bring back Alexa Bliss if they do that, because technically Alexa Bliss was the original, Sister Abigail, if I'm not mistaken. Because
She's supposed to be.
Yeah, because I think she's Abby
Sister
the Witch,
Abigail.
right? Not the Sister Abigail character,
I think,
right?
Yeah, Nick. That's what Nick is supposed to be.
Okay, because I was about to say, because that would make no sense if they do that. But okay, so since I checked that out, but no, yeah, if it does happen, I mean, a lot of people, I'm hearing some people in the grapevine saying like, oh, they're gonna bring back Alexa Bliss. They may put Strowman in it. I don't know, man. It's just like it's too close to home. I just don't really like it. But if that happens, it happens.
Right. But they're talking about something about the tag titles may go to the Wide Six.
I can see that.
So,
yeah, I can see that. If that does comes to be the case, I can see it because, right, Judgment Day and then Wide Six, but then of course, the Judgment Day would have to be done with Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley. So I don't think so they'll do that anytime soon. And right now, with it and the way how they're moving with LWO, yeah, so that's a little bit of a mixed bag.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. I just hope they send Alexa on her own though, but that it is what it is. But okay. Let's go to number 2. Am I sounding good now?
Yeah.
Still breaking up. I'm good.
Yeah, still breaking up.
Number 2. God damn, man. I don't know what got a hold to my mic and shit. It did. I might have to reset my damn laptop. Shit. Let's see. I don't see no interference. It ain't showing no interference in my shit.
I mean, you're good now. I don't know. It's just probably like it's just happened in moments, but you're good now.
Yeah, it probably just breaking up in different spots. All right, let's try to get the show on, people. Let's try to get the show on. Mic breaking, but let's try to do this. Number 2 is Liv Morgan title reign coming to an end at Bad Blood. Now, with that question, I think Liv Morgan, for some reason, I think Liv Morgan will retain at Bad Blood, giving Rhea Ripley more chase for the title. I don't think her title run is ending no time soon. And maybe she have help from the returning Raquel Rodriguez. So any thoughts on that, Wiley?
So as far as Bad Blood's concerned, yeah, I could see her keeping the title. I can see her keeping the title in Bad Blood. With the injury, possibly her just re-aggravating that, which means she's not gonna, be ready, and she's not fully cleared, and she's always getting to these situations where she's always end up being injured or always having a injury that helps Liv survives. Yeah, this is not going to just be like one of those things that is going to help her in the long run of things. So it's like, well, where do you really move on from here with this if this is how you're moving and flowing? So for me, looking at it right now, I don't really like her odds. I just say it like this. It's like, she can definitely hold it, but here's my problem with Liv holding it longer than what she needs to. Is she going to hold it to a point where does she defends it against somebody else? If she does, then fine. Let her have it. But if not, then it's like, who cares? I'm gonna be honest,
she got some opponents. They just ain't putting them out there.
Right, but see, that's the problem, is that, and that's my thing, is like, what's the point of fighting the next character, and yet you have these next opponents, but you are never going to fight these opponents? So I look at that as, that seems pointless.
Right.
It's very pointless to me, because it's like, you're not really coming into it. And let's be honest, you're being held as a champion, you're being seen as a champion, but reality, you're just holding a title. Ergo, you're just a token. You're not really a champion because you're not really doing nothing with it. All you're just doing is just holding it just to make Liv look good. Let Rhea look good. But at the end of the day, you're not really doing nothing with the title to make yourself, let alone the title, look good. So reality, you're just being a token, holding the title until this gets a little too far. Exactly. So in a lot of ways, like your boy, what I about to say? Your boy Gamebred would say, they're just people with titles. They're just, the titles are there to just make them look good, not the other way around.
Right.
So it's like, hey, pick and choose. But, do I see Raquel coming back and helping her out? That's a tough sell. Like, again, I won't knock it if it happens, because it is what it is. But it's just a tough sell overall, because as far as where that will go, the reason why I say that is because I know Raquel wants that title more than anything, and I don't think so. She would rather sacrifice a position to be under Liv just so she can be somewhat close to the title, only to then like it just like stay stagnant under it. It's like you're coming back, you're about to make a big splash, and what do? You're now going to sit behind somebody else and let them have the full fledged.
Or she can like attack both characters. You know, she can attack Rhea and attack Liv, and just be, you know, she just cost the match.
True, she could cost the match. That would be more better. Yeah.
Yeah, then 03 just have it out for another, you know, to Survivor Series, maybe a triple threat.
Yeah, I can see that. Well, it won't. No, it won't be Survivor Series though. I don't think so. I think Crown Jewels will be the next best option.
Okay. I forgot about Crown Jewel.
Yeah,
So
I
yeah,
don't think so.
yeah. Then they can do Survivor Series. I don't know who gonna have it, SmackDown or either maybe Raw have it since they got more people. But Team
What, Survivor
Live.
Series? No,
Yeah,
no, it's gonna be both. It's gonna be both. It's gonna be both.
Gonna be both in the cage.
Yeah, because think about it. You remember we still got to do the Solo versus Roman.
Right.
So they're gonna eventually pop that in there sooner or later.
Right. That's gonna be right after Bad Blood. Then they're gonna come up with that concept.
So think about it, because after Bad Blood, right? Next month after that, it'll be like the first week of the month, which is November. Crown Jewels is on November the 2nd. They're gonna do that in Saudi Arabia, of course. So that will probably be that moment if they do were to pop that triple threat match you're banking on. That would be the option. Survivor Series War Games. That, I mean, if they do War Games, let's say hypothetically we switch and they do War Games. I think the only reason they'll do War Games between three of them is a lot different, but because War Games is more of a team battle between two rings, I don't think so. They won't be there, so I don't think so. I don't think so. It's gonna be option. That's why I say Crown Jewels makes it more sense. War Games, you want to put a more body full of teams.
Right. That's why I was saying Team Liv versus Team Rhea, but
yeah, but I mean that would only happen amongst because Team Liv will pretty much be the Judgment Day, and then Rhea would be her, Damian Priest, Jey Uso, and then whoever else they bring along.
Well, it won't be it can't be misgender, so it'll have to be all women. If they decide
it would have to be mixed gender because there's only going to be 1 and 1.
No, they have to. You know how they create their own team. They just start picking motherfuckers up. War Games, they just start picking people up to be on the team if they don't have a faction already. What last year they did?
I mean, if you're expecting the whole Rhea versus Liv female fight, then that's going to be pointless.
I mean, they did it last year when Bayley had the team with Bianca. I think they had a team with Bianca last year. Or I forgot how they did it.
Well,
but at one point in time, they had to team up and shit.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But that's based upon how is that set up? That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't stretch for that if they don't set that up this way. Because if you just tell me just pick any females and just put it in a group, I mean, that would have to be a whole lot of stuff. And I'm sorry, that for me is a stretch. I mean, the only way I can see, because let's say this, right? I'll say it like this. The only way I see that is pretty much Liv would have to click up with Pure Fusion Collective. That would be one way, right, for her side of the team.
Right.
And then Rhea gets what's her name? What's their names? She gets
Lyra and the Party Girls.
Yeah, Lyra,
Katana Chance and Kaden Carter.
Well, no, not those two. Actually, who else? Lyra. Where are the other girl at? Selena Vega. That's what I was thinking about. Selena Vega.
Okay.
And then maybe Natalia.
Oh yeah. I forgot she's back.
They finally got her back. And
Natalia and her puppies are back. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I ain't gonna go there. Oh Lord have mercy.
Yes, sir. But okay. That was just a reach though. I was just reaching out on some ideas then. But let's go to number 3. And number 3 will be who takes the titles off of Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. I think I did this one before, but it was the titles wasn't on them at the time. But we were talking about how they're gonna split up. But for my pick on that is actually Kaden Carter and Katana Chance. If not, the Perfusion Collective. Hopefully it don't be them though, man. I mean, I like the group. I guess they just need to change the name.
To be honest with you, I wouldn't be surprised if it is them. Because right now, they pretty much need the. I mean, I say it like this. Well, right now, the titles are really a shit show. They're not really a prestige show.
Right.
I mean, less and less these titles are being shown on the pay-per-view anyways, which means there's no real imp for them. And let's be honest, the importance of these titles are less and less every single day by now, which has no real character to them at all, which is a bunch of BS and a bunch of junk. But Cole, honestly, if we would have asked who's going to beat Bianca Belair, and honestly, I'm going to tell you right now, actually, if you watch the SmackDown show, it could be, Lord have mercy, Nia Jax with Tiffany Stratton. Yep, I can see that.
That's I can see them going after the titles, but I can't see them winning the titles. Now Jax has a title. Tiffany Stratton also has the Money in the Bank, but it's not a far reach, because if they if they have the tag titles, if they lose it, we know Tiffany's cashing in.
Here's the reason why I throwed it up there, because one, so let's put it up there, because if we heard the stories, right? So Naomi and Bayley are both have to fight for the opportunity to get a match with Nia Jax.
Right.
Now, where this can sort of screw this up. Now, if Naomi were to get the opportunity, somehow, somewhere, I can see in a mixed bag of things, Naomi could be, quote unquote, the reach and the fire starter to this, downward spiral of this team between Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair, right? Somewhere in the midst of dealing with Nia Jax and Tiffany Stratton. So I could see that being an a very significant play in dealing with how they set up. So my thing is, if that all works out the way it does, it's going to come to that part where I think, this is going to be looking ugly. Just one of my many few things. So that's the first thing, because you've seen what they showed you in the back scenes if you watch the show. Plus, you all see when you see on the ring. Now, do I think that that's ultimately going to happen that way fulfillingly? Not quite. Here's my reason why. Because, so let me put it like this, right? Because the fact that Naomi and Bayley have to fight each other, that'll be interesting, because depending on certain factor points, I believe Nia Jax, she might do some extra-ish, and she may beat both of them up, which then is going to be a DQ, which then says both of them get an opportunity, which makes this a triple threat match. And if that does happen, this is just going to be a nice cherry on the top of a lot of misfunction. But that can also be the nice misfunction that is needed to where Jade and Bianca becomes a factor of breaking up sooner down the line. It's a mixed bag of a lot of things, but honestly,
Nia in the match though. It's a tag team. It's a tag team match with Bayley and Naomi versus Tiffany and Nia Jax.
Wait, is it a tag team match they're having? I thought that was just a match between them two.
No, Nia Jax said she gonna make the match more interesting, right? It's complicated, but it's okay.
Right. No, I remember. I remember.
She said match, right? Whoever scores the pinfall gets the match with Nia Jax. So they're gonna be fighting over who scores the pin. Nia Jax set it up.
But if
she set it up where they can't lose.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But you also
Because every time they try to get a pin, the other person gonna pull them off.
Pretty much. Because the other twist was if you lose or neither, if you didn't win or however it is, you have to leave the roster. That's what she said.
Yeah. Yep. Well, if they team lose, whoever get pinned, go to the other roster.
Which is going to implement a trade.
Right.
So interesting. And if they do make a trade, yeah, I mean they might make that trade. I mean, it may be possible because they might make that trade. But I ain't gonna lie, there's certain people I think they could make a trade for.
And that's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, because I ain't gonna lie, because the only thing that sort of like it makes it look at it weird is, okay, if one of them lose, then who do you trade? Do you trade Bayley? Do you trade Naomi based upon the conditions? It's like, okay, who do you trade between these two?
Right. Who you want to take the pinfall? Who do you want to trade off?
Because if you sell Bayley to Raw, then it's like you're pretty much bringing her in that element of, you know, all that extra shit all over again with damage control. So that's pointless.
Right.
So at this point, you may as well say it's going to be Naomi.
If they lose, it'll be Naomi. Taking her away from the big three.
True. Well, hey, they were never certified as the big three. That's what they called themselves, but they wasn't certified.
Right.
Let me see if they actually.
I don't think they ever sold. I don't think they ever sold on it because the commentary don't really just say it.
Right, because
they have said it, but they don't say it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Because they never sold the idea of them being a factor. Yep, they never sold the factor. Yeah, they never sold it. Okay. I'm surprised they're able to sell freaking Rosemary and Wendy Chu as a team, even though Rosemary's from TNA. How the hell they sold that? Okay.
They made it work, and people are loving it, so they going with it.
I guess. So,
I mean, you know, I thought Tatum was gonna be part of the group, but shit, I guess she out. She a little too weird for Wendy Chu, goddamn. Oh man, that's crazy. That is crazy.
Let me see here.
But I think I know they're gonna take the titles to NXT and challenge some tag teams down there too. So
if I ain't gonna lie, at this point, you may as well send those titles back to NXT because they can use it way more than the main roster can, honestly.
Right. I mean, if you want to expand on the women's tag team titles, take them to NXT. Have so NXT women hold it, and then they can be invited to the main rosters. You know what I'm saying? It's just for experience to see how the crowd react to them. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Because let me see. They got a few, but if it was me, I mean, if not, then the other option, it could be Chelsea Green and Piper Nimitz. They may toss it on them. If they don't do them, then they could do the fatal impression.
Yeah,
the fatal influence. Yeah, they could set it on them. Shoot, who else have they got?
What's up, Taekwon? They could give it to
Metaphor. No, I ain't trying to hear Taekwon. No. Don't you dare say that horrible, man. How about emblem titles? Don't you dare say that.
I mean, they can use the titles to expand the new people, though. You know what I'm saying?
You know what they need to do? Hand it to Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson. Like, they need to, give them those two of them damn titles. How about that?
Right. Shoot. Let them go ahead and use it for NXT graduates. You know what I'm saying? The fatal.
Let's be honest. They ain't giving no Lash Legend no women's title, and at this point, she needs that. She earned that by now.
Yeah, she done earned that. So you give it the metaphor, and then you have the fatal influence, chase the titles. I think that'll be interesting. Rosemary and Wendy Chu chase the titles. You know what I'm saying?
Sure, may as well.
Yes, sir. Speaking of titles, let's go to number 4. Number 4, people on number 4. We 30 minutes in, so we've been expanding on the conversations. So, should the New Day capture the tag team titles? That's the big question, because Judgment Day is not, they're not even defending the titles. They come out without the titles. You barely see them with the titles. I mean, what are we doing? Let's put the titles back on the New Day, and if they want to expand on Xavier Woods turning heel, they can use the tag team titles to do that. And that's what I think about that. Yeah, did you hear me good?
Yeah. No, I heard you.
Okay.
As far as who should they give the titles to? Well, there's a lot of options, actually. There's a lot of options. Like I said before, right now they're pushing LWO. If they pivot off of that, they can do Jey Uso with Damian Priest. If they were to pivot off of that, they can go American Made, the Creed brothers. If they pivot off of that, they can do the White Six between Eric Rowan and Dexter Lumis, or neither Dexter Lumis and what the other brother name?
Joe Gacy.
Joe Gacy, yeah. Shoot, who else is there? Yeah, pretty much it. Yeah, pretty much those two guys, yeah. As far as it goes. I mean, other than that, then it's AOP. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, they can do that. Oh yeah,
After
AOP
that,
still in there. So you give it to the New Day. We can go with that. Later on today.
So
yeah.
But as far as
For the
what
tag
you're
team
saying
titles.
about, what's that again?
I said later on Monday Night Raw, it's New Day versus Judgment Day for the tag titles.
Oh, that's what's gonna happen?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay. If they do get that opportunity to take it off of them, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, yeah, because right now, thanks to certain, plans being what it was and certain shits playing out, I could see them doing what they do on that and they pivot off. So if they go that route, I could see that. My only thing I'm going to say, though, because here's my thing. Let's say hypothetically they do win. Let's say hypothetically they get the opportunity, they win, they take the titles, right? They become tag champions once again. Well, now we have to ask ourselves, well, how does the separation start to happen? Do we bring back the Testament back again to wither in between while AOP go after them for the titles? If that's the case, then let's move it that way. Do we show do we just show the misconnection in tag team buildup between them, between other teams, which then disturbs them? Or do we just use the Judgment Day to prove that they're just not as strong as they are, which makes them turn heel on, which makes Xavier Woods turn heel on Kofi Kingston, and then you just move on. But it'll be interesting. We'll see what happens.
Oh yeah, for sure that. Yes, sir. And let's go to number 5. Let's go to number 5. Will Julia defeat Roxanne Perez for the NXT Women's title? And that's the question that's been lingering over my head, because I still think that the other woman will show up and cost Julia her match. And I forget her name. I forgot her name. But we know, the other new Japanese lady. I think she's Japanese or she Asian. But her, Valkyrie, whatever her name, shit.
So I'm gonna be honest, like I said before. The fact that they signed her and they brung her here, I can't see her losing. I just can't. That's the worst thing I can ever think of. I come here, I sign with you, sign a major deal, come to NXT, tell the opponent that's been calling me out, I'm coming for you on the debut show on CW for your title, and then on that same night I lose. Now, I get it, what you're saying, like, maybe there's an interference, so it waters it down, and that probably the best thing for her. But if she ends up losing, bruh, you may as well just say FWW altogether. You may as well say FWW, because I am sorry. I don't give a fuck what no one said. If you tell me I'm coming here to lose,
it's either because they got two new signings, right? So it's either gonna be Stephanie Valkyria, or Delta might show up. One of those two is gonna show up that cost Julia the match. And that's what and those two are big names too. Those two names they've been talking about, just like they talked about Julia, they talked about Stephanie Valkyria, and they talked about Delta. And both of them signed with NXT already. So
yeah,
I think one of the two is gonna make their debut.
And that's all cool. I can hear all that. But the thing is, here's my problem. You may have signed, but you haven't shown the freak up. I don't give a rat's ass. First come, first serve. No one say.
That's how they're gonna make their big impact. You know what I'm saying? Showing up to stop Julia from winning the title. That's gonna be a big impact, and it starts a fresh feud.
It's gonna be what? A fatal 4-way? I mean, if it's gonna be a fatal 4-way elimination match, fine. I'll take it. You have all three. You have all four asses.
But that's a good idea. That's a good idea.
In an elimination match for the title, the biggest women's match in the world, where the title is really going to be on high. You have all the best women. You sign all the best 3 women outside of the WWE. You got one of them inside NXT, and then you label these women and you put them right there in the front scenes. And guess what? Like we always know in wrestling around the world, when we collect other people's quote unquote trash, not even though these ladies are not trash, let me get that straight, but you know what I mean. When we collect other people's wrestlers, you know what happens. We always use them as beacons to build everybody else up. So hey, by all means,
let's do it. Let's do that. Fatal 4-way, Delta versus Roxanne versus Julia versus Stephanie Valkyria. I think I say her name right. Just gonna start calling her Stephanie V. Goddamn. But that's a good idea. While I like that. Definitely they can work on that. Yes, sir. So you got Julia taking the title. I say somebody debuts to stop her from taking the title. But I can't wait. October the 1st is right around the corner. We ain't got too long to see. And let's go to number 6 real quick, because it's a big one.
Real quick.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I did not hit the button. But I was gonna say this. If they do stop it, that'll be the perfect main event match for Halloween Havoc.
Wow. There we go.
It's a fatal forward, right? So that means no rules. Use the
Right.
weapon, use everything.
And that'll be a perfect time. Halloween Havoc. That'll be perfect for that match. Nice booking, Wiley. Nice fan booking. Yes, sir. I like that. All right. You part your call on that conversation?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's go to number 6. Which, in my opinion, I'm just gonna say my opinions. It's not a question. I think Obafemi should win the NXT title and then drop the NXT North American title. And I just want to know what people think about that.
I'd say.
Yeah, because I don't think he should lose the North American title. I think he should just drop it.
Yeah, I'll say this. I think Obafemi should. Can I say it like this, right? We really need Opa to jump ahead of the mark right now. I say no. What I do say is, and I know this is going to be a little bit of a twist because we all know that this trophy don't mean not a lick of nothing, but I will say this for the sake of story, and if they choose to sell this story and elevate this thing, I say Obafemi should take the Heritage Cup and add that a part of his collection. Now, why? Because when Obafemi collects the Heritage Cup, one, we're talking about heritage, right? The African heritage. We're going to expound more on that amongst his storyline, right? Give it a more oomph to his story, oomph to his aura, oomph to everything else. Because you call it Heritage Cup, but they don't really, expound on the heritage as far as these wrestlers. So I think it would make more sense if you do it like that, which gives more creativity to the story, with more, quote unquote, everything. The background, what Opa had to go through just to be here today, everything else, and the level of magnitude he keeps on rising overall. So I think he can take that, keep it with the NXT North American title, and keep running shit. Reason why, I think right now I say it like this: you wait until you say who do you want to have that title. Do you really care if it's Trick Williams having that title, or do you care if it's Ego having that title? I think we all saw it way back before when Obafemi came out. We saw that blink moment of both Trick and Opa looking at each other, and they're both for champions at this time.
Right.
Hey, I just sending signals. We're gonna see that match, but down the line, goddammit.
Maybe they were planting the seeds.
And that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. He needs to pick up the Heritage Cup. Why? Because guess what? He'll be the first ever to ever have the NXT Championship, North American, and the Heritage Cup all at once.
Right. Yeah, I can see that. I mean, he had bumped into who I think Tony had it at that time when he bumped into him. I think. But yeah, he can revisit that. Have all three. Oh man, that man is unstoppable right now. But they do have him some challengers, some more challenge set up. We just don't know who. I think it's gonna be somebody else from TNA.
It may be, because I was still surprised that they let Hammerstone come out there. I was like, wait, what the world are we out here doing?
Yes,
like, all right, you let Hammerstone come out and play. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that moose deal may come into play soon enough.
I think so. Everybody
If
is
they
like,
do, I can hear that move. Ooh, ooh, move, ooh.
yes, sir.
I get a crowd doing that. I was like, oh, bro, that would be amazing.
Man, everybody is like the fans going crazy for it right now. I think they're gonna give it to us. I think they're gonna give it to us.
That definitely has to happen on a pay-per-view though. That definitely has to happen
Oh
on
yeah,
a main event.
oh yeah, for sure. It's gonna be at a major NXT pay-per-view.
Because I saw the video where both him and Nick Nemeth were talking about the deal between TNA and WWE is a good deal. So, hey, if he's down for it, I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm starting to grow into it. I wasn't sure about it at first. I would kind of like question it, like
because I mean, so far they only did it with NXT. They haven't done it with WWE. That's the main thing I want to see. I would love to see a battle of spear between Moose versus Roman Reigns. Oh, let's see who got that.
Now I don't want to see the main roster go.
I
don't want to see the main roster, but Moose versus Roman Reigns, you never know. That could be like right around the corner because Moose may sign with WWE. All they doing is trade.
I don't think so. You can do that.
Okay.
No, because the reason why I say that is because he talked about it before. He talked about why he still stays with TNA because he wants to be the flagship guy there. He don't want to start someone brand new and then he's basically working through all the hurdles. So he wanted to be the flagship guy of the TNA/Impact. And I was like, see, that makes sense, which is why he's literally the top guy there.
Right, and he got more pull. So yeah, exactly. It's best to stay where you got that pull at.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, don't ruin the good thing just because you out here looking for more. Like, fuck all that.
Mm-hmm.
Because you will ruin the best thing that happened. You're trying to chase a dream and a fantasy.
Right.
That's all WWE is, a fantasy.
Yeah. It's because it's a major company, but some of the smaller companies, like Dolph Ziggler, he's satisfied where he at. Mustafa, he went to AEW, right?
No, he went to TNA/Impact.
Nah, I heard he signed with AEW.
Nope. Mustafa Ali.
Yeah, he making a debut.
Maybe, but I don't never heard that.
No, yeah. It was in the whirlwind somewhere where I seen it at.
Mustafa Ali. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, hold on. Let me go look up that roster because I never heard that he was signed with AEW.
He may not be signed. He may just make an appearance on AEW.
Yeah, an appearance makes more sense, but to be signed there, that would be like, I don't know why he would go there.
Right.
Because honestly, I actually like him in TNA where he's at.
Yeah, I think he's in a good spot. TNA is a good place for people like WWE people that wasn't being used. TNA is a good spot for him. Because AEW.
The reason why I say he is a good spot because just look at his side. Like when you go there, you pretty much are going there for the simple fact of you're literally the perfect wrestler to keep pushing the X division. B, you're the guy that if you ever get that massive push to be more than just the X division champion and become the world champion, you're the perfect guy for it. You're the perfect fit for it. So that's why I'm like, that's the perfect sell right there.
All right.
Why ruin that? So that's why I'm like, why ruin a good thing going anywhere else? Let me see. Campaign Sing. Okay, that's you, but wait a minute, let me make sure. Mustafa. It's the end. I don't know if he changed his name or he's just not on the post.
Yeah, I think he's still Mustafa Ali. I think that's what everybody's still calling him anyway.
Hold up, let me see. Because I haven't seen like let me see.
Yeah, I think he left with his name, so he's.
Yeah, no, I believe he
I
left
forget
with
why I
his
seen
name,
it
but
at,
I just don't see him on the TNA list.
Yeah, I'm trying to forget why I seen that 10. He going to AEW. I forget where I saw it at.
Let me see. Okay, I don't see him. So let me look at the AEW roster. Maybe he's on there.
Mm.
Let's see here.
Yes, sir.
Madison Rain is in AEW. Interesting. Well, she's probably in ROH, not in AEW, but whatever. Mustafa Ali. Nope, I don't see his name on this list either.
Okay. It may be some shit that they probably just because I don't think I clicked on the video and I was at work, so I can't just listen to the videos at work.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
I just
it could be a mix. It could be a mixed thing, so I don't know yet.
Could have been some fan booking or something.
TNA X Division. Okay, so right, that's X Division. Tag teams, knockouts. TNA Digital Media. Okay, fine. Right. You got 3 days ago, 58 days. 3 days ago, 58 days ago. Okay. Mustafa Ali.
He ain't on TNA roster either.
Yeah, because every single time I look, I haven't seen it. And I thought if I clicked on his tag team, I could have seen his name, but no. Because I do not see, because even then, it's like I do not see the last name Ali. So I don't know.
That's wild.
Let me see.
He must ain't signed no permanent contract. He just signed a guest appearances. That could be why he ain't on nobody roster. Still kind of like a free agent. Trying to weigh his options out.
Hold on, I'm about to see right now.
Tony Khan trying to kick out big money to get these people, man. Then don't do nothing with them. Like, hey, he's just wasting money. Donate some of that to
these morons do things. They waste money.
And donate some of that to me, goddamn. Yeah.
Let's see here. He should be on the overall list though, so hopefully I can find him.
Wait. My boy just disappeared.
Stop.
Nope. Still can't find him.
Okay, there we go.
Okay, he on TNA roster.
I found him through the overall roster list of but I'm about to see right now. So so they say he's working for the independent circuit. So pretty much he's free agent.
Okay, that's what it is. So he may make a guest appearance on AEW. I think that's what they were saying.
Because he's not locked into anybody.
All right, so that boy moving around, signing the independent contracts. That's what's up.
Yeah, he's in the indie scenes. Yeah, so he was in. So yeah, his contract's probably up, but then he's in the indie scenes right now.
Right. He can just move, bounce wherever he wants to. That's all right right there. Yeah.
And that's crazy. You think TNA would sign up on him?
Now that we got that went out the way. Well, he probably didn't want to, I'm pretty sure they had a contract, but he probably just didn't want to sign it. You know what I'm saying? He probably wanted to just want to fly
so
a
he's
little bit.
Indie wrestling. Okay, that's what he joined. He joined indie wrestling. Hold on. Let me see. In professional wrestling, the independent circuit, often shortened in the indie circuit or the indies, is a collective name of independently owned promotions which are deemed to be smaller and more regionalized than major national promotions. Independent promotions are essentially essentially viewed as a minor league or farm system to the larger. Okay, so pretty much, yeah, he's just in the spaces moving around, but he hasn't signed a prominent contract yet. So okay, no problem.
Yeah, that what's up though. That what's up. He move around freely.
You can move around freely, but you still got to
I'm
get
pretty
that.
sure he like that better.
Let's see and find out.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, he went there, won the X Division title. Shit, go somewhere else, win the title, doing that Sasha Banks, making that Sasha Banks move. May go to New Japan, win a title, and just move around. And that's expanding the name.
If that's the case, take a shot over at MLW then.
Hey, sometimes you gotta take chances. You gotta take chances, man. So we gonna excuse me. We're gonna move to number 7, which is something that's been talked about. It's been pretty out there. People been talking about this. Is when is Austin Theory turning the face? And I can tell people that Austin Theory, he'll turn face, just not when y'all want him to. But they got to get the story right. They got the heels and the faces straight, even out on the roster also. But when he do turn face, they got to make it a memorial moment. They don't just want to turn on face and then you forget about it next week. They want this to be a memorial moment for him and Grayson Waller. So when he turned face, the people in the crowd would cry because Grayson Waller just broke this man's ankle. He just put his head between a chair and smashed it. They want to make it memorial. They want to make it awesome. They want the kids to cry. They working on it. It's a slow burn. That's what I think about that, though. Well, you got anything on that, Wiley?
I pretty much would agree.
Yeah. So just give it time. It's slow burning. It's very slow burning. And I know people want it now, but Austin Theory will turn face. But it's gonna be a tragic moment when he turn face. He's not gonna snap on Grayson. I don't think he's gonna snap on Grayson. I think Grayson gonna snap on him. And that's gonna be it. It's gonna play out that way.
I think the only difference though is because there's going to be one small caveat, right? The one small caveat I see is they're not gonna pull it the way, well, pretty much like you're saying, they're not gonna pull it the way that people think they are. Because I do believe that, and this is the thing that I'm just trying to think about because, so I remember someone posted something not too long, like way back ago. I'm gonna show you this later, right? Of this little thread pic of future world champions.
Yeah.
So the way I'm looking at this and the way I'm thinking about Austin Theory, and I'm like, yeah, so if they play this right, I think the way how this is going to happen is, I think the breakup might happen when they get traded, if they get traded. That might be part of the way how they break up. Is like they get traded to another roster, things ain't working out, and then it's like clips. You know, of course, you gotta get Grayson Waller to do the heel turn and all that extra stuff.
Right.
Be the bad guy, right? So you can feel sorry for Austin Theory. Austin Theory wakes up, beats the living daylights out of him, and move on to bigger and better things.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Yes, sir. That's how it's gonna play out. I can see it. I got the vision. Now, I could be wrong, but that's what I see. I think they want this to be a special moment for Austin Theory, and to elevate his character. And that's it on that one. That's it. That's on that topic. We got number 8 coming up, which is Andrade and Carmelo Hayes. Feud is not finished yet. It's not finished. It's not over, because I believe Carmelo Hayes will interfere in the championship, United States Championship match with LA Knight. And this feud will continue. They may end up doing a triple threat, which still branches out to they got to have that match, that final match between Andrade and Carmelo Hayes. It's got to be that final match. It's got to be devastating. It's got to be top notch. It's got to be hard hitting. It's got to be groundbreaking. But they're going to have that number 7 match. Everybody said it was 3 out of 5. It's going to be 5 out of 7. 6 out of 7. Well, however you want to say it. The best out of 7. And that's how it's going to play out. But what's going to be the stipulation for the last match? That's the big question. It's going to be a stipulation. Street fight. Last man standing. No DQ. Fouls count anywhere. We haven't had one of those in so long. Fouls count anywhere. They can bring that back. And somebody get pinned backstage. So you think the feud over with, Wiley?
Yeah. I don't see that going no time. Like, honestly, I don't really want to see Andrade versus what dude's name again? Keep forgetting his name. Yeah, I don't want to see Andrade and Melo keep going back and forth. Honest, like, it was good while it lasted, but at this point, they already nominated that Andrade will meet LA Knight next week for the United States title. So if Melo interrupts at this point, I don't see them going back and forth again. I say, you know what? Screw this. Make it a triple threat match for the United States title. Let's call it a day.
And end it right there.
That's how I look at
it. LA Knight gonna win the triple threat, and them two gonna get up and bash each other's brains out again. Calling it now. I'm telling you, the best out of 7. Andrade, he up 1. It's 3-1. Melo gonna hit the other 3. It's gonna be 3-3. Then we're gonna get that final. The final stands between Andrade and Carmelo Hayes. They'll end it there. But let's go to the next topic, which is number 9. And WWE planning to turn Tiffany Stratton face. Is it in the woodworks? It seemed like they teasing it. We know the fans love Tiffy time. I mean, the woman hardly gets booed when she comes out. She only get booed when she get on the mic and disrespect the city or disrespect the fans. That's the only time she get booed. Now, when she put the blame on Nia Jax last Friday, the crowd was going crazy. You know what I'm saying? So they were looking forward to her and Nia Jax having a battle right then and there. And they was rooting. for Tiffany? Could Tiffany have the greatest cash in for the women's division? Like the pop. I can imagine the pop she gets once she cash in on Nia Jax. Let's make Nia more conniving. Let's make Nia more deceiving. Let's make Nia more cunning. So by the time that cash in happens, everybody will be satisfied. They'll be, yes, Tiffany finally cashed in and won the title off of Nia Jax. And could that turn her face? That's the big question. Will Tiffany be a face in the end of all this madness? Or remain heel? Tiffany reminds me of she actually reminds me of Charlotte Flair. Like, I can't see Tiffany as a face. I can only see her as a heel. But those are my thoughts, though. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts down in the comment. Wiley, anything on that topic?
Okay, hold on. So for me, it's pick and choose. I'll say this, right? Could I see Tiffany turn face in exchange? Maybe. I don't see nothing wrong with it. The big question of on the table though would be, if you go that route, is it just more better for in the long run? And I think it is, just because how it's just transforming as they keep going on, and as you can just see it from a bird's eye view. So for me personally, do I believe it's quote unquote tippy time? Yeah. I don't say, I don't see why not. I don't see why not. Because at this point, you just gotta look at it for what it is. I think I say it like this: WWE is just gonna pick a shot where they do it. They're gonna either say, "Hey, look, we're gonna keep her as a heel," or they're gonna keep her as a face. One or the other. It all depends on how they look at the circumstances within everything. Right. So, but at the same time, I think it also plays off of, well, who gets involved in this match? Does anyone get involved deeper in the story? Do we get Alexa Bliss coming back to help, quote unquote, Nia Jax? You know, everyone looking at it like multiple different ways. So for me, we'll see what happens, because like I said, it can go either which way. But as far as for her, like you said earlier, right? Does she pretty much does in a lot of ways resemble Charlotte Flair, someone that you just can't have as a face. And I think it's because just the whole prima donna, the whole, atmosphere, the ego and the glare and the baby mentality. So it's like, but that's just women. Like, that's just their natural aura. It's like, so you can't really neglect that. It's like, it is what it is.
Right.
So, but like I said, we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens.
Oh yeah, for sure. But it looked like that's what they trying to play out, like that's what they trying to aim for. And I think they'll pull the trigger on it if the crowd, keep reacting the way they're reacting. I believe they're gonna pull the trigger on it. But if not, they'll probably pivot, do something else.
Pretty much.
Mm-hmm. Now let's get into the main event of the show. This icing on the cake, the sprinkles on the ice cream. Cody Rhodes team up with Roman Reigns to go against the Bloodline Mafia. Now, this was interesting. This was very, very interesting, right? Because I was skating through YouTube. I ran across this this woman video. I forget her name. I think I invited her to the show. Whether she shows up in that one day, maybe. But she got this video out that's called the title of it is Sparked My Interest, right? And she's saying that the Bloodline is gonna take Cody out before Bad Blood, and this is when Jimmy Uso comes back to team up with Roman to go against the Bloodline. That was a far reach because we got the motherfucking mega team right now. We got the mega team. We got the Rock and Stone Cold type of team, and people want to see it. People want to see it. We don't want to see another match took away from us, right? So, with that being said, I don't agree with her on that. It was an interesting video, but I don't agree with them. This the mega team, man. This Cody and Roman, the two guys who've been beefing for a whole year straight. And this is, I believe the Bloodline gonna take the loss on this one. Maybe Jimmy do show up and help them win, right? And reunite with Roman Reigns and Cody, exit out of the Bloodline story, right? I can see that. But this is an interesting feud, and it's going to be interesting for the next few weeks because we got a while before Bloodline. But anything you want to say on that topic, Wiley?
Give me a moment, man, because Lord have mercy. Lord knows I don't want to talk about this particular topic. Man, because that ish was that made my blood boil. That thing made my blood boil. God damn it. Treason. So much treason. It bothered the crap out of me. Bothered the crap out of me.
What part got your hair sticking up, man?
Man, first you get this token called Cody Rhodes. Yes, I'm calling him a token. Y'all know he's just a paperweight champion. He only holding that damn thing till The Rock comes back. We all know what time it is. I don't want to hear none of y'all talking crazy. I don't want none of y'all telling me nothing else. We got this paperweight champion called Cody Rhodes out here, visually and crying. And what he do? What this trifling motherfucker do? This motherfucker comes out here talking about, your WWE, your ring, it was until WrestleMania. You trifling ass. I love it. I love it. I truly do. But let's be real here. Last time I checked, while you were still having the title, having horrible ass matches, who were they calling back? Who were they calling for?
Roman.
Who did the crowd scream for when he came back?
Roman.
They don't give a fuck about you.
Roman.
They don't give a frick about you. It's still about Roman Reigns.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all trifling as mother-loving PWI. You don't even have Roman Reigns on your top 500 list. Y'all fraudulent mother SOBs. Talking about Cody Rhodes number 1. Get the out of here.
Yes, sir.
Get out of here. The same Cody Rhodes that was carried by Roman Reigns for this storyline? Okay. Miss me. Miss me. Hey, yo, Chris, if you out there listening to this, if you out here listening to this stream, yes. I hope you're here. I hope you're here. I'm still standing on what I said. Even if I renege later on with you later, because trust and believe me, if you're trying to tell me Roman Reigns did not deserve to be top 3, number 1, let alone top 5, you out of your blasted mind. That list is a fraud.
That list, you got the list?
Man, do I have the list? You damn right I got the list.
First, all right, before we get into the list, people, we about to go into the motherfucking bonus round. You know what I'm saying? This a new part of the show where we have like extra. It's really not new, but we giving it a name. Put it like that. We're gonna give it a name. You know, at the end of the show, we usually just talk about stuff. Well, now it's called the bonus round, where we talk about stuff. And we're gonna bring this picture up first before Wiley. You can go ahead and find what you need to find before we do the share screen. I wanted to pull this up, and Wiley sent this to me earlier, right? And this is a list, right? They talk about how Cody is not the Cody everybody perceives Cody to be.
Oh yeah, speak on it. Yeah, speak on it. Yeah, what is this? Oh, spent 4 years carefully building SmackDown. Ladies and gentlemen, I want this to be example A. Roman Reigns built WWE through SmackDown, the sister show, not Raw, the SmackDown. Think about that. Roman Reigns made WWE popular, the highest point, through SmackDown, not through Raw.
Brought it alive. Made it the main show. Once again.
Again, you really want to do this? Come on now. And he don't deserve to be number one? Again, I get it. Well, let's be correct now. It was in a framework of a time zone. Yeah, I wonder why. Because we all know if it wasn't in a time zone, we all know Roman Reigns would be number one on that list. Let's stop. Or destroy SmackDown in 4 months. Now, I'm gonna be fair. Did Cody Rhodes destroy SmackDown in 4 months? I'm gonna say this. No, he was self-sabotage within 4 months. That's the truth. He was self-sabotage because I ain't gonna lie. WWE throwed him to SmackDown with a bunch of faces and barely any heels with barely any significant storylines, which is why you see the next part of the list. He buried several superstars, aka AJ Styles, buried Melo, buried KO, buried. That's facts. How do he buried AJ Styles? We all saw those two matches. They weren't all that great. Melo, let's be honest. The first draft pick, and then yet you have a match with him. Okay, great. But then next thing you know, we don't look at this anymore further and make it a title match. We don't make this a pay-per-view match. We don't do nothing with that. Okay, great. Okay, so we just send Melo all the way back to the baby boys in the mid-card section. Okay, interesting. And then KO. What do you do with KO? We bring back the story of he feeling sorry about himself because everyone told him the reason why he was champion was all because of Triple H, like Seth Rollins wasn't champion all because of Triple H. Are we serious? Are we kidding me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And we all see how that ends. Yet on Roman Reigns' side, he's made several champions, and the funny thing is that list should be bigger. Did he make Sami Zayn more bigger? Yeah, because Sami Zayn was really irrelevant ever since he joined the Bloodline. KO, sort of irrelevant in some senses, but hey,
and KO feuds, Kevin Owens feuds with Roman Reigns were way more exciting, you know. Exactly.
Cody Rhodes. Oh, we all know that he had to finish the story. We all wanted to see it, and guess what? It would not be no more better without who? The man of the hour, Roman Reigns. Let's also remember, this man also carried the Judgment Day, aka Damian Priest. and just to let you guys know, Damian Priest on the PWI list is, I'm not mistaken, number 6.
Yeah.
But yet Roman Reigns is not nowhere near top 5, nowhere near top 10. Again, you miss me. Miss me. Miss me. Oh, let me also help you. The Bloodline story, through the Bloodline that curved over to the Judgment Day, the tag team titles magically came over to them. The North American titles magically came over to them. I wonder how that happened. Oh, again, carried. You may as well say carried. You may as well say it. So again, more than that. 2, You can may as well say a part of Cody's storyline was also Seth Rollins, because guess what? Seth Rollins had to do what? He wanted to be the better. He wanted to be the better champion. He wanted to be the fighting champion. He wanted to be better than Roman Reigns because he knows Roman got the hot seat. Again, this technically also built Seth Rollins, even though I believe Seth Rollins this time period was nowhere more better than Roman Reigns at this point in time. Can I get a ding ding? You want me to keep going? I can keep. We can keep doing this all day. We can keep doing this all day. Another superstar he helped. Jey Uso. What is he right now? Main event Jey Uso, Mr. Yeet Man himself. Y'all want to keep doing this? Y'all want to keep doing this? Stop. Just stop. Roman Reigns is that dog. Stop fucking playing. Let's do this.
Let's not forget. He almost, if it wasn't for WWE bad booking, he had Solo looking like a beast with the face expressions. When he bumped into Solo, that face expression. When they talked about Solo backstage being the tribal chief, the face expression, he made Solo look like he was gonna be credible monster. So but let WWE call it, they started burying him. But Roman Reigns,
they ruined that part because
Roman was making people look good.
He wasn't making everyone look good, but good enough. But yeah.
Yes, sir.
How much ways can we do this?
The generational segments weekly. Cody cried weekly.
Okay, hey, look, they made that happen. I ain't gonna put that on. I ain't gonna put that on. But I'm gonna just say this, just on general. They were fucked up for that one. But my thing is, when you look at it, it's just like I get it, right? It's like it's part of the story. So the crime part of the whole thing is a story. Like, you know, I failed. I failed. You know, all that BS. But I mean, pick and choose. I can't really look at it any other way. But I get it, right? Because you're calling yourself the American Nightmare.
Right. If
you're the American Nightmare, then hit in the full gear, ding ding. Now over here be moping like the American bitch that lost. But of course, we all know how that works.
Yes, sir. So Roman saved WWE from going under in 2019, while Cody was solving racism and breaking Triple H's throne.
Now that was a stretch, right? That was a stretch.
Boy, they stupid. Who made this shit?
Hey, I'm trying to tell you, but that was a stretch. That's all like, bro. I don't know who was smoking on that stuff, but that was a stretch. But I will say this though, it is true. Roman Reigns was saving them because think about it. I think the pandemic was around 2019 or towards the end of 2019, give or take, whenever, however it was. So yeah, so when you think about it, when he did that big heel turn, came over, signed that contract, whacked both of them with the damn chair. Whack Braun Strowman in the Fiend, took that title. Right. Yeah, it was cook season. It was cook season. That thing was all different.
Yes, sir.
And let me throw this extra argument. I want y'all to understand one thing. For all of y'all that keep sitting here saying that or thinking that Seth Rollins is still better than Roman Reigns, just know this: Roman Reigns had done more with less, as Seth Rollins has had more and still done less. Let that sit on y'all noggin. Literally. This man had the same constituents since the start to the end. He has done more with less than Cody not Cody, but have Seth Rollins had done with more. I want y'all to think about that. Seth Rollins had almost everything you could have asked for. And guess what? Out of everything you asked for, he didn't make nobody. No one wasn't built up with him. They were downgraded or stagnant. Roman, everyone was being built up with him. Everybody. Everybody named Mama was being built up.
Right. I can actually see that. I can see that. Now let's you got the list ready?
Oh shit.
Oh, you just gonna call it out from your side?
Yeah, I'm better off calling out because you got it the way you have it set up. So
okay, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I mean, right now, so let me just put this out, right? So this is the PWI Pro Wrestling Illustration, right, list, that 500 list. So I'm only going to speak from the top 10s because I'm not going to go all to the 500, but if y'all go look at it for yourselves, go look at it. So this particular article that I found, they literally explain how this list is made. So I want y'all to think about this, right? The first number one point was wins. That's the first one. Oh, wait, let me make sure y'all know. Let me make sure. They also have the time date as well. So yeah, so I'm gonna say the time date after. So the first one was wins and loss records. The second one was championships won. The third one is quality of competition. The fourth one was major feuds. The fifth one was the prestiginess within a wrestler's promotion or promotions. And then the last but not least, the overall wrestling ability. So that's six. That's 6 criteria, people. 6 criteria. Right? And remember, this evaluation is in the period of August the 1st of 2023 all the way to July 31st of 2024. Right? Okay. Now remember, I told you already. Roman Reigns is not in top 5. He's not amongst top 3, let alone not even top 10 on this list. Let me help you out even further. He's not on the list, period.
Which is unbearable to me.
And let me remind y'all, for anyone out there that sit here and say that Roman Reigns, well, he was a part-timer. And if that's the number one thing you're going to say out your mouth, let me help you. Roman Reigns' part-time wrestling was better than a lot of niggas' full-time wrestling. Let that sit on your head. Literally. Let that sit on your head. Roman Reigns' part-time was better than a lot of people's full-time. Period.
Right.
Can't hack it. And trust me, there's a lot of people on this list. You could have been like, okay, Roman could have been ahead of that person. You can't make this shit. You can't make this mess up. You can't. So, number 1, of course, I said it earlier, is Cody Rhodes. Number 2, Swerve Strickland. Number 3, Will Ospreay. Yeah, Ospreay. Number 4, Seth freaking Rollins. Just Seth Rollins to me because he ain't freaking nothing. Number 5, Tetsuya Natu. I hope I said that name right. Number 6, Damian Priest. Number 7, MJF. Number 8, John Maxley. Number 9, Gunther. And number 10, Mystico. Those are the top 10 wrestlers of this generation. Now, if I go a little bit further down, another name that you'll remember is Sami Zayn, which is number 12. After that is number 13, which is Drew McIntyre. And then as far as just WWE-wise. But just want to give you a nice sense of things to look at as far as understanding this list. Because I tell you right now, this is literally laughable that Roman Reigns is not even top 5, top 3, let alone top 10, let alone top 15, let alone top 20, let alone just top anything. Because you can't make this ish up. You just can't. You just can't.
Right.
And again, I'm gonna be fair because, like I said, based upon the criterias, I'm gonna look back at all the criteria. So, because this is my thing I want to do, right? Based upon the criteria that they set, I'm gonna do my research because they already gave the dates too. I'm gonna do my research. I'm gonna do an extensive research. So, pretty much the way how they set it up, I'm gonna do a point system. So the wins and loss is like another point. Championship winnings of another point, quality competition another point. I'll make all this point system. If they reach a certain criteria points where they can get this, fine. But I guarantee you, by the time I'm done with this point system, as far as how this all set up, I guarantee you, most of these wrestlers that they say that are top 10, let alone top 5, they more likely won't be there on that list no more. They more likely won't be there. Literally. And when I make this point system, don't come crying to me. Because I'm still looking at this like, you can't make this up. You just can't.
Yeah, that's crazy that they don't have Roman on the list at all, though.
And that's what I'm saying. It's just bonkers. Like, I don't care how you feel about it. Like, look, I've said a lot of things about Roman my damn self, but I'm not gonna sit here and say Roman Reigns don't deserve to be number one.
Right.
You look at all the stories. I ain't gonna do all that. I would still say, yeah, you pretty much screwed up my boy Solo, making him look like look like a weaker version, a downgrade version of himself. I'll definitely say that. But other than that, as far as what he did, the magnitude and everything else, like let's be honest. Like, okay, let me make this clear. Let me make this perfectly clear. Wins and losses. If we were to be very logical about his wins and losses, you could probably say he lost a lot of like surefire matches, even though he won them. But you could say he lost. No problem. Because I think he would have won the match anyways in reverse. But it's all depending on certain standpoints of how you want to set up the visuals of that and everything else. Championships. Last time I checked, you win the Universal title, a.k.a. a title that is prominent in WWE, which is the top title. You go ahead and go get the Black and Gold title, which is, by technicality, both the WWE and the World Heavyweight title, a.k.a. the original Universal, a.k.a. the original World Heavyweight title that, your boy Seth Rollins and all these other motherfuckers are wearing right now that never beat Roman Reigns for. Okay, yeah, exactly. That token title that freaking Triple H handed to y'all that you can fight for and gain. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he gains that title. And then what else does he get? He gets a nice shining gold title once he had a long history having both titles. And Triple H gave him the third title, which is literally the Universal Undisputed title. Do we got to keep doing this? How long are we going to not make this make sense? 3 titles. You may as well say 4. Let's just be real about that. Let's just be real about that. Quality of competition. You look at the bodies that Roman Reigns had to go through. I mean, granted, now within that time range, we may skew the bodies of people he had to go through because it is going to skew it. But you just think about the quality of competition he had to face with certain people. And neither it rose up or neither it was already there. The feuds, they were always prominent one way or another. How prestige this person is within the corporation, he was the top dog. Now you want to talk about wrestling ability? Yeah, you can pin it to someone. You can pin it to any. I think almost anybody. You can give it to anybody else when it comes to wrestling ability, overall wrestling ability, because more people are more flexible than Roman Reigns is. That's true. I'll give it to you. Shit, Jacob Fatu by itself is more flexible than Roman Reigns is. That's just a fact. But so I'll give that to anybody. I'll like literally overall wrestling ability. I can give that to anybody. Literally, even on this list, I'll probably give this almost to anybody, hands down. Like the main top 10s, I can give a couple people on this list that got a little bit more flexibility within skill sets than Roman does.
Right.
So that's to anybody. But when you look at all this other stuff, come on now, stop.
That dude should have been top 5, if not. I mean, he should have been top 3, but considering the list and how they did it, that man could have been in top 5. What is they doing?
They raised my blood pressure. That's what they doing. They raised my blood pressure. That's what they doing.
They didn't write that shit. They freestyled that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Wait. Hold on. Your imagination.
Did you write that shit, my nigga, or did you freestyle this shit?
My nigga, they gonna record this shit the way I want it.
No. Yeah, they freestyled that shit. Oh man, that's crazy list, man. But yeah, everybody, y'all out there, make sure y'all push the goddamn like button, you know what I'm saying? Because it ain't hard to do.
Push the button. Come on, push the button. Come on, push the button.
Yeah, come on, push the button.
Push the goddamn button.
Push the goddamn button.
You heard what she said.
Yeah, y'all. Make sure y'all hit that like button, man, for me. Hit that like button. Much appreciated. Appreciate everybody coming through. But yeah, man, that list is crazy. I'm talking about out of whole 500, this man name ain't on the list at all, and that really just boiled my motherfucking blood. And this man that built
the thing is, it just made it worse. Like, nah, I'm trying to tell you. I don't know if you went back to go look at that of the live between like on Chris's and bro live. But if you did went back, man, like again, it's just like again, I can understand. We all got our opinions. It is what it is. But again, even if I have my opinion, I'm still gonna sit here and speak on the truth. And the truth of the matter of fact is, Roman Reigns doesn't deserve that spot. I don't care what no one say. You ain't gonna sit here and tell me otherwise.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna look at you like Boo Boo the Fool.
He do deserve top 5. I can't say that. Now for the people who made that list, like I said, I think they did that shit to upset the Roman Reigns fan base. Yeah. Had to. Yes. Had to not to put him on there at all. Come on, man. Y'all got Damian Priest number 6, and he is before Gunther. Gunther, what, number 9? Number 8?
And that's what I'm saying. Like, you thinking about this. We talking about titles. Like, if I had to go back, like, okay, because hold on, let me make sure to look at this again. Let me make sure to look at this one more time. So 2023, all the way until next year. If I'm not mistaken, Gunther is still IC champion by this time, right?
Right.
So, okay, if he's still IC champion by this time, he's whooping everyone's ass.
And
longest reigning, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, that makes no sense. And let's be honest, even if yes, Damian Priest was a champion, but he's a tag team champion. Who did he defend it most of the times with?
And that's the thing. That's the thing. They didn't even defend the titles that much when they had the titles. When Damian Priest and Finn had the titles, they didn't defend them like that. So that's just wild. And when Damian Priest did capture the world title, he was botching his matches. I don't know if he had the butterflies or what. I don't know what was going on. But the man was botching. So come on, man. Y'all can't put Damian Priest number 6 and before Gunther. Put it like that. You can't put him before Gunther. That's insane.
But you know what they say? What's the same to us is not the same to them. So,
man, PWI full of crap. They need to change their diapers. You know what they need to do.
I just don't know.
That list is crazy.
Honestly, just don't know. I just don't know. Oh my god. I just don't know, man. That shit. I don't know, man. That thing is just compromised to me, man. That's how I look at that ish. That shit is compromised. I can't look at it no other way, man. To that, I look at that list every single day, and I'm like, well, not every day, but I just look at it. I just be like, you can't make this up. You cannot sit here and tell me this is what you will sell me. Like you will sell me this. Like, nah. No, don't sell me that BS. Don't sell me those lies.
Right.
So that was just a lot. That was just a lot.
Mm. Yeah, that was a crazy list, man. Most definitely. Let's see, man. Let me see. Get a little photo real quick. Boom. Up. Give me a second. And we got more news. We got more news coming. Let me see. Oh man, I can't. Oh, let me get the photo for some reason. Hold on for a sec. What the hell? Okay, it's fucking with me. Yeah, it's fucking with me. I'm trying to get the image. That way we can talk about this thing, man. Yeah, they fucking with me. Hey. Oh, that's probably why. That's probably why they ain't doing it. Yeah. All right, people, we got more news coming. And I want to know if everyone is excited. Is you happy? But I'm pretty sure you're going to be happy, especially the fellas. I know the fellas going to be happy when we get the returning Mandy Rose is in the making or is perceived to be in the making. They seen her in the performance center.
That.
She's been in the performance center. She's been training. Will Mandy Rose make her comeback to WWE? Now, this woman put NXT women division on the map. Not alone did she carry two other people. One of them didn't thrive on her own. The other one did. Gigi Dolan is been absent from the wrestling scenes. She hasn't been liking her creative approach. I don't know what's going on with Gigi, but Jacy Jane has been thriving. She even got another faction that's reminding everybody of Toxic Attraction, the Fatal Influence. But Mandy Rose coming back, like, do she need to go back to NXT to help the women division with a new faction? Or is she ready for the main roster? Is there a place for her in the main roster? Because they got to do better with the women they already have, right? That's why Mandy Rose went back to NXT. So she can have more creative control. But now that Vince is gone, will she be able to go to the main roster and have more creative control? But I'm very excited for Mandy Rose. Like, I want to see her back. I want to see her back in the company doing her thing. And I wish that she never left because she had to drop a whole storyline. Right? And that was devastating to the division and all that. And plus the two women she was carrying because she never got to fully carry them on out. Because they got lost in the shuffle after she left. And JC James, she managed to thrive. Gigi, she never could swim again. She sunk. But the Mandy Rose return, how excited are you people? Let me know down in the comments. Y'all excited for the man? I know y'all fellas excited. I know y'all excited. But are the fans in general excited for Mandy Rose return? You had anything on Mandy Rose, Wiley? Or you just heard about it like me?
No, actually, I've been seeing this around. My only so my thing is this.
Oh shit!
Don't worry, I ain't gonna go on Hinge. You know, this is a very peculiar place. See, this is what happens when you end up effing up, breaking the rules, and you were doing some things on the side you wasn't supposed to, and then you end up losing everything. As far as where do we go off with Mandy? What do we do with Mandy? How do we introduce her back to WWE? What do we do with Mandy from here on out? Honestly, it's going to be a very weird selection. As you already said, Gigi has been flopping ever since the whole team has been debunkled. The other part of the team has flourished with a new group. At this point, how do you move Mandy? I mean, could we move Mandy to the main roster? Sure. I mean, at this point, what worse can happen? Right.
You're right about
really,
that.
What worse can happen this time around?
I can agree with that.
Right? So, but the truth is, here's the problem. Do we go to Raw? Do we go to SmackDown? If we go to Raw, how's she going to miss in that? Okay. I mean, what? You throw her around with the Pure Fusion Collective, dance around that? Because I was hearing some things about that, like her dancing with the Pure Fusion Collective in some matches. And pick and choose.
Yeah, I heard that too, that she'll come back after Mandy Rose. I'm not, Mandy Rose coming after Sonya Deville.
Yeah. And the thing is, it's too much of a stretch because, like, well, what's the point of that? That I mean, honestly, that rivalry is dead and old at this point.
Right.
So I'm like, do we do a fresh start when we send her to SmackDown? I mean, you could, but then let's be honest. What is she gonna just be food for Nia Jax? Because I mean, the way how this is right now, I'm like, well, what are you really gonna do with this? Literally.
What about NXT? Like, you think she can regain her spot?
I'm gonna be honest with you, dog. NXT is one and done. If she goes back to NXT, the only reason she goes back to NXT, she reclaims a title she never lost. That's the only reason. Right. Now that makes sense. And she would only go back there just to face, you know who. I don't even want to mention her name. I really don't want to mention her name.
Either or, Roxanne or Julia.
However that goes.
Yeah,
right. She can go up there, and they can have that way out. At this point, At this point, I can say it like this. I think right now her best spot is NXT. The reason why is she really effed up a great story for herself there. And at this point, I think it will be a nice little window for her to sit there right now until they figure out what can they do with her on the main roster. Because let's be honest, she is main roster bound more than NXT bound.
Right.
So it's like, let's see where it goes from here. Because I ain't gonna lie. If I had to say the body and the magnitude of women, Raw is more her lingo. But we all know we can't fund everyone to Raw just because the body size is more your lingo. So, because let's be honest, with Nia Jax and Piper Pimp and Nemens all over there, and they're the bigger. And then you got Jay Cargill, like that's just too much for women for anybody.
You got Jay, Bianca, Nia, Piper. Yeah.
That's too much for a lot of people for the main roster at this point. Man. Y'all ain't coming back alive. Y'all just not. So
yeah,
that's just tough. But yeah, man, it's gonna get ugly. Because here's another thing. I will say this too. The only way that they would move her to the main roster if WWE is going to quote unquote shuffle in the women's United States and Intercontinental title in the mix. If they throw that in there, then I'm like, all right, yeah, send it to the main roster.
Right.
Because at least right then and there, she can just grab one of those titles.
Right. Now that could be how they introduced the mid-card title, bringing her back and also introducing the titles at the same time. That could be a way, and let her be the first one to carry it. But I still think her credibility have her to carry it. But I think it's more people on the roster that put in work that deserve it more than she do. But
yeah,
how WWE do.
Yeah, I mean, look, don't get me wrong. It's gonna be tough because, of course, everyone's gonna look at her and be like, "We're gonna give the quote unquote Neanderthal, the one that literally screwed up her situation and screwed up the biggest thing that happened to her, all because she wanted to, sell some provocative pics, doing her, and give her the title, give her this prestigious title. Pretty much, you're just trying to throw too much to the airwaves." And so, yeah, I think they're going to make her earn it. So, yeah, NXT does sound like the more prominent side right now for her. So, I won't be surprised. I mean, but anyway they do this, pick and choose. I think, how do I want to do this? how I'm thinking about this? Because, it's really weird because I don't know, man. Because right now, the main roster is clunky as heck right now. Because neither is Raw, neither is SmackDown. It's always this 3 combo team. Like, everyone got to have a 3 combo. It's becoming a little bit too pointless. I think the only way she goes to Raw and on the main roster, she gets a new version of the Toxic Attraction. She gets Alpha Fire and Alyssa Dawn as her teammates, because that would be the only other option that makes sense.
That'll be fire right there. That'll be fire. I think that shit can work.
That'll be the main upgrade option.
Yeah, I think that shit can work right there.
Because think about it, if she does get her own group to go against Sonya, she's gonna need her own group. Now, granted, does that change Alpha Fire and Isla Dawn Isla Dawn from being faces? Yeah, you could pick and choose that. It could be that way. I don't know yet. It's a pick and choose, but something got to give, man. Something got to give. I'm just saying, like, I'm just throwing things to the wall. Let's see what happens.
Right. We'll see what happens. Well, people, we at the 2-hour mark, we try to shut it down at 2 hours. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts about the topics on hand in the comments. New to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It's the most unhinged wrestling podcast on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? And to correct that from WWE, yes, they have been using unhinged a whole lot in their shows, and they haven't started using that word until I became unhinged main event pro. So we take from each other. I took main event from them. I guess they took unhinged from me. Mello took let's talk about it from me, which I stopped saying recently. But yeah, so We out here, people. We out here. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, y'all hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to push the like button on the way out. And I'm gonna hit y'all with the outro so we can be up out this thing.
I know one thing. They take Bloodline Mafia, boy. I want my credit. I want my credit. I want my goddamn money.
They're gonna take Bloodline Mafia in a minute.
Boy, they made $1,000. They ain't giving me my $1,000 now.
Okay, for real. Good, man. Appreciate you coming through, man. You caught me at the end. I tried to end it at the 2 hour mark so I can do some I try to end it at 2 hours so I can do some automatic editing that I don't have to do. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. But yeah, people, it's been a good show. I appreciate everybody coming through. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new. And we'll be back this Thursday coming up. We'll be back in this thing, man, to talk about some more wrestling. We'll be talking about Raw. We'll be talking about NXT. And then, you know, we'll be talking about anything extra. So we up out that thing, man. Everybody have a good one. Stay safe. Peace out.
He was a normal man who heard voices in his head. He was a normal man who ran from his demons. He was a normal man that couldn't escape the darkness till one day he was left to die. He then would rise again. He then would embrace the voices. He slayed his demons and he conquered the darkness. Shh.